Guam 2016. What we own, what we have, what we share. United Voice of the Pacific.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&D.
KUAM News Headlines is presented by CALVO'S Insurance, a legacy of trust, serving Micronesia for over 75 years. Matson Navigation, proud sponsor of FESPAC 2016, Cars Plus, Dodge Challenger, the undisputed champion, IP&E, fueling excellence, McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it, Pacific Solar, and Chuck E. Cheese's Guam, where all games are just one token.
This is terrorism. Isa Baza with the latest out of Guadalupe and the latest rash of bomb threats.
Ken Kinsneeds are reporting tonight on a year-long look at Guam Memorial Hospital and a prescription for its future.
And later, the countdown to the Super Bowl. We're kicking off our week-long series, Big Game Bites. Hapane Guam, and good evening if you're joining us locally on Guam or throughout the world on our YouTube live stream. Thanks so much for tuning in. Well, what began as a string of bomb threats at local schools that skyrocketed to over 30 last week alone has now spread to several local businesses and a district-wide bomb threat Monday afternoon. Now, this turn of events has led the government of Guam to reach out to the Federal Bureau of Investigation as well as the Department of Homeland Security for their assistance. It's tonight's top story with Isa Baza.
And this is terrorism because there has been a dysfunction and a disruption in our community.
It was Sunday. Local authorities were left scrambling after 7 consecutive bomb threats affected malls, outlets, and hotels throughout Guam. Thousands were evacuated, including Keanu Dehilig, who was working at the Guam Premier outlets at the time.
It was actually a regular day at work, and G4S security came into the store saying that we had to evacuate the building as calm as possible.
Lynn Tidinko was attending a family reunion at the Westin when she too was evacuated.
You know what? It's terrible. I mean, it's a big injustice. You know, first they targeted the students, and that's crazy, you know, for the kids. And now we're worried today because even at the reunion, we had have a lot of mononcles and persons with disability that had challenges getting out of the ballroom.
The situation escalated even further Monday when authorities received a district-wide threat to all Guam Department of Education schools, claiming bombs were placed in school lockers and survivors would be shot with an assault rifle.
I am going to shoot survivors with an
Governor Eddie Baza Calvo called the events an attack on the people of Guam.
Thank goodness, no injuries, but there has been an impact in this island and a disruption of our ways of life. It's cost people, again, for some people, some fear, and it's also cost some businesses some money.
While no one has been apprehended, authorities are eyeing a Twitter account named Evacuation Squad, which claimed responsibility for several threats, including the ones made against Guam schools. Many of these were called in via automated message, also known as robocalls, that authorities believe stemmed from a Skype account. Guam Homeland Security Administrator Charles Estevez.
It's really difficult to determine the source, whether it's local, international, or somewhere within the U.S. Subpoenas have to go out, especially to ascertain the actual source of a lot of the threats that are coming in.
The Twitter account also alluded to today's district-wide bomb scare, leading to sweeps at all schools Monday morning. Estevez said these events are part of an international phenomenon of threats that have gained attention from Washington, D.C., and are being investigated by federal authorities. So far, over 10 minors and 2 adults have been apprehended relative to prior threats to Guam schools earlier this month. However, the recent threats indicate an escalation of events that will need the efforts of parties beyond local law enforcement. Governor Calvo said public safety remains a priority, and he continues to encourage the community to report any suspicious activity to local authorities. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Isa Baza.
And we invite you to join us for our television special, It's No Joke. It's an interactive TV program airing this Wednesday. Joining us to talk about the rash of bomb threats are students, the Attorney General, the Marianas Regional Fusion Center. We've got Guam Crime Stoppers coming in studio, youth counselors, and Guam Youth Congress, and that's just naming a few. It's No Joke is set for this Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. on KUAM TV8.
In other island news headlines this evening, it was initially created to look at challenges facing the Guam Memorial Hospital, including building a completely new facility. Yet, as our Ken Quintanilla reports, a special task force is looking at more than just fixing GMH, but the entire system of care for the whole island.
Committee on Health Chair Senator Dennis Rodriguez Jr. says it's no longer just about finding ways to fix the Guam Memorial Hospital.
Because that approach doesn't work. It's a whole system of care. It's access to care for our people, ensuring that there's health insurance coverages that our people have, ensuring that the resources that we have on our community here, healthcare resources, supports the needs of our community.
This systems of care approach is part of the findings outlined in a report released Monday by a special GMH legislative task force created in April 2015. University of Guam economist Dr. Roseanne Jones is part of the 15-member task force and researched the state of healthcare beyond Guam.
My major finding was, while we look at the hospital, the rest of the world is looking at their health system. And so it was that change in focus of we need to look at the health system, not just the hospital. The hospital is just one piece of the health system.
And while the task force had initially focused on just building a new hospital, they instead have come up with at least 10 specific actions.
Our discussion really shifted from just building a new hospital to what can we really do to sustain, to change that business model. Because the new concrete, although very nice, it's not going to change the problem of our hospital.
The first part of the plan involves introducing legislation directing GITA to develop a request for information related to the transition of the government operation of GMH to a public-private partnership.
We're hoping that in the development of this RFI that I'm going to be pursuing through a legislative mandate, is that if we do get into this public-private partnership or perhaps a complete privatization of the hospital, that a new facility is part of that package.
Jones says other communities are moving toward this approach, where it's not just about providing direct medical care.
How to bring the hospital into focus with the system is what the legislation is all about. It's really about how do we provide the best quality of healthcare for the people of Guam and keeping it on Guam as much as possible. We have a tremendous leakage of health services that are leaving our island for other places.
Rodriguez plans to introduce the bill in the next few weeks. Rodriguez adds, with the selection of Peter John Camacho as the new GMH administrator, he hopes they can all work together to bring some long-term solutions to GMH.
He's very aware of the challenges that the hospital faces. I'm just hoping that he's also open to a different approach this time around.
You can view the entire report on todoguam.com. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Ken Quintanilla.
Governor Eddie Calvo vetoes Bill 222 and instead sends down a measure of his own to the legislature. The bill was introduced by Vice Speaker B.J. Cruz following an AG opinion determining retro bonus pay given to more than 100 Adelup staffers was illegal. Bill 222, passed by lawmakers during a recent session, would prohibit such lump sum bonus payments in the future to Adelup unclassified staffers. Governor Calvo said that although he supports the Vice Speaker's intent of ensuring financial transparency, he vetoed the bill. He instead sent a bill that would prohibit lump sum payments for all unclassified employees working in all three branches of government. Governor Calvo wrote the Vice Speaker, quote, "I'm willing to support any legitimate effort by any senator that promotes further financial stability. Your current bill, however, is blatant divisive partisan politics," end quote. The Vice Speaker, meanwhile, said he wasn't surprised by the veto. He added he doesn't oppose the governor's substantive amendments and that they weren't ignored but were left out of the bill because they never had a public hearing as required by law. The Vice Speaker will push for an override.
Well, Sabrina, on that note, Mayor's Council of Guam President and Agana Heights Mayor Paul McDonald says lawmakers re-voting and ultimately passing Bill 204 is unfair. We, of course, noted on Friday that lawmakers were called into session to reconsider the vote on the legislation to repeal raises for all elected officials and cabinet members, including the island's mayors and vice mayors.
People have gotten used to that money that we depend on. And some mayors, I'm sure, have taken out loans because of that raise, and they depend on that raise.
You feel that the mayors deserve the raise?
Of course. You know, they probably not realize how much work mayors and vice mayors does every day, you know, and it's It's not overstating our responsibilities. You know, we are workers for 24 hours. We do everything that even agencies have shortchanged our people, you know, in our districts.
9 in favor.
The measure did pass by a vote of 9 in favor, 5 against, and 1 excused absence. The bill is currently before the governor for his action.
Still to come, several island Catholics continue to call for the resignation of the Archbishop.
And Chris Barnett is up tonight with part 1 of our new series, Big Game Bites. You do not want to miss what is coming.
Stay connected to the world at home from everywhere you are. Get the KUAM News app for the latest in local news, videos, sports, streaming, Isla 63 AM, weather, and more. Available for free now at the iTunes App Store or Google Play.
Congratulations, you just won! All right! You too can win in CALVO'S Insurance Ride Your Dreams giveaway. If you are a CALVO'S Insurance home or personal auto customer, you qualify to enter by texting LOYAL to 2015. And if you need an insurance quote, text QUOTE to 2015 for a chance to win in our grocery giveaway. Thank you, KUAM, for placing your trust in CALVO'S. Insure with CALVO'S today and ride your dreams to reality.
Quarter pounder with cheese, now seared to be thicker and juicier. Only at McDonald's.
It's Triple J Auto Group's Drive Now and Pay Later event going on now. Buy the car of your dreams and make no payment for 90 days. Get in an all-new Honda, Acura, Ford, Mazda, Lincoln, Volvo, or Kia and pay nothing for 3 months on approved credit. Plus, we've got unbelievable savings in all remaining 2015s and many 2016s. Now's the time to buy during Triple J's Drive Now, Pay Later event. Visit us online at carsquam.com and get pre-approved instantly. Download our free app on Apple and Google stores. Some conditions apply. See dealer for details. Triple J Auto Group. Customers first.
Follow KUAM News on Twitter or become a fan on Facebook to get all your daily headlines from Guam's News Network.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. Of course, for us, it was a very melancholy Sunday as the governor declared a state of mourning in honor of Department of Administration Director and former Senator Tony Blas, who passed away early on Sunday. The governor issued a statement in which he said, quote, "I'm shocked and I'm sad. Tony is family to us. He did so much good for Guam. He made things better for everyone around him. I'm really going to miss him. We're all going to miss him dearly in the administration. We're going to be there for his children, and we're going to honor him with the respect and love he deserves. Please pray for his family during this very difficult time." That, of course, the governor remembering his friend Tony Blas. Now, Blas is a 5-term senator. He previously served as the director of BBMR and deputy director of DOA. He was also the host of a KUAM radio show on Isla 63 AM, Positively Local.
The Laity Forward movement lined the street in front of the Hagåtña Cathedral, continuing their call for change within the local Catholic Church.
We are continuing our vigil to ask for the Archbishop to return the property that he took away from the Archdiocese, now known as the Redemptoris Mater Seminary. We would like him to restore the 2 priests that he has removed from their parishes. We would like him to remove all presbyters that are now in place in the parishes and replace them with diocesan priests. And lastly, we would like to have our Archbishop resign. He has lost our confidence, and we feel that we need some leadership that truly embraces all of the Catholics on Guam.
The group has been holding demonstrations since last year.
Now, compared to the rest of the nation, the United States Navy is tripled on Guam and the outlying islands in terms of population size. And today, those hoping to become future sailors will now have a newly renovated one-stop shop to learn more about various Navy career programs. Commander Michael Lee from the Navy Recruiting District in Los Angeles and Rear Admiral Bet Bolivar from Joint Region Marianas celebrated the ribbon cutting of the new Navy recruiting station downtown at the GCIC building.
The men and women that serve here in this office and those that walk through this door will be part of keeping us the greatest Navy in the world.
This station serves as a springboard for the next generation of men and women who want to serve our islands and our country. And what better place to do so than start right here, where America's day begins.
Commander Lee says there are 417 men and women who now serve in the fleet from Guam.
Ahead of the big game every day this week, the KUAM News team will be partnering up with some of the island's chefs and masters to bring you some recipe ideas for Super Bowl Monday. Tonight, I-94's Chris Barnett kicks off our Big Game Bites.
Big Game Bites, brought to you by Tabasco, distributed by Market Wholesale.
All right, Big Game Bites, brought to you by Tabasco, of course, for Super Bowl 50 here at King's with my girl, Ophi, you my girl. And we're going to do cheesy Tabasco potato croquettes. So let's get right to it, Ophi.
Okay, here we go. Okay, we have the 2 boiled potatoes that's mashed already. Okay, we have the eggs. We got rice powder, chicken base. We have the diced ham. We have the cheddar cheese. We have the mozzarella cheese. And we have the butter. Butter or margarine. We have the Parmesan cheese, green onions, and then the mashed potato. This is the Tabasco main ingredient. Okay, 1. You can make it hot. It's about 10 dashes. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then put the flour. Then we mix it. Scoop it out. Maybe in your size, like a palm. Here. 1, 2.
Now that panko is going to kind of seal it in because you know that cheese is going to be so ooey and gooey. All right, right in the fryer there are cheesy Tabasco potato croquettes. And I can't wait to get this in my mouth. It looks so good. Look at that.
Golden brown.
Yeah, golden brown. Okay. Let's get down.
Okay, wait a minute. The cheese is oozing already.
Really hot, yeah. All right, and now Blau. Remember we got Tabasco on the inside, and now we're putting Tabasco on the outside with that Tabasco sauce. It's cheesy Tabasco potato croquettes. All right, Big Game Bites, brought to you by Tabasco. We're popping bottles in here at King's. Cheesy Tabasco potato croquettes. Big Game Bites for Super Bowl 50. Ophi, you the man, girl. All right. February 8th, CBS, TV 11, pregame madness, 2 a.m. kickoff, 9:30. Big Game Bites. My name is Chris Barnett. Mwah.
Oh, that looked good.
I know. Potato croquettes, Tabasco. Wow.
I think I know what I'm going to have for dinner. Well, Dave is up next, and he has the Night in Island Sports. Stay tuned.
Love your flat screen all over again with enhanced HD TV programming from GTA. Explore over 100 HD channels with the sharpest picture and sound quality you can only get from Guam's leader in high definition. That's 3 times more channels than Docomo. Watch live news coverage like never before. Experience the thrill of the game in the comfort of your own living room. With so many HD networks, movies, cooking shows, comedies, you'll never want to leave your couch. GTA, your island, your HD network.
Insure your auto or home with Alpha Insurers and get more chances to win awesome prizes with Alpha's Switch, Spin, and Win. Alpha Insurers will draw 3 winners every week and 1 monthly grand prize winner to spin Alpha's prize wheel for a chance to win an iPad mini, flat screen TV, gas cards, and so much more. Just switch or renew your auto or home insurance with Alpha Insurers and you automatically qualify. It's that easy. Call 477-8701 or 637-8833 for more details and you could be a winner for Alpha's Switch, Spin, and Win.
New year, new ride. It's Cars Plus New Year's sales event. For a limited time only, make no payments for 90 days. That's right, no payment for 90 days. The spacious award-winning Hyundai Santa Fe saved $4,000. The redesigned Hyundai Tucson saved $4,000. The luxurious Genesis by Hyundai saved $7,500. Now's the time to buy from Cars Plus during our New Year sales event. And if we mention no payment for 90 days, get to Cars Plus and Mighty today before your favorite Hyundai is sold. Pre-apply at CarsPlusGuam.com. Cars Plus, driven by you.
Hey ho, on the road again, moving on forward. 6 stones won't break a bone. We're in the car on a highway. It's so magical, feeling that no one's got home. You're a catalyst to your happiness, you know. This is your heart, it's alive, it's pumping blood. In a whole wide world, it's
Introducing Pizza Hut's first $7.99 flavor menu. Just $7.99 each when you order 2 or more. Say yes to a medium 1-topping pizza. Yes to Wing Street Wings. Yes to a Hershey's cookie. And much more. It's easy to say yes to our first ever $7.99 flavor menu. Only at Pizza Hut.
What's that?
What? That? A hat. Do you like my hat?
No, that. They're towing our car.
We have gone so far.
What's going on?
We can't afford to have it fixed because it's out of warranty.
Stop making excuses. Trade in your car at Guam Auto Spot for a brand new Mitsubishi Lancer with a 5-year, 60,000-mile warranty. Make us an offer. Fill in the blank. What's your payment?
What's up, Guam? I'm Dave Delgado. Welcome to KUAM Sports. Thanks for watching. I have some Super Bowl 50 news to pass along to you in just a bit. First off, your local sports. Check it out. We'll get you started with IIAAG Boys High School basketball from Simon Sanchez High School. The Sharks hosted the Notre Dame Royals. Notre Dame's number 22, Sublime, with the steal. Nice dribble back inside the lane with the finish here for the score. Sharks player Buon taking it coast to coast for the finish after splitting the defenders with the hop step, getting the layup to go for 2 points. Royals attacking the inside. Castro with the pass to Sublime down low baseline for the easy score. ND going right back inside. This time Barcenas gets the shot to go for 2 points. The home team held it down on their court, winning 68-36. In other scores, FD beat Harvest 39-33. St. Paul was too much for Teason High, winning 73-33. Bukadu slipped past GW 70-62. JFK got the win over Guam High 56-31. St. John's defeated Southern High 78-44. The Phoenix Wrestling Club held the Sprawl for a Cure at the FD Phoenix Center. Wrestlers from FD, along with a couple of wrestlers from JFK, came out and supported the event to help raise funds for Warang McManus.
The Phoenix Wrestling Club is here today to help support one of our family members who are going through some medical treatment for cancer. We're going to do sprawls for cure today. All of the wrestlers have collected pledges from various donors, and they're going to see how many times they can sprawl in a 10-minute period. Based on that, they're going to be able to collect money for the people that pledged. And hopefully this money that they raised today will help alleviate some of the costs for the medical treatment needs of Warang. Like I said, one of our family members, Warang McManus.
Sprawlers collected pledges for each sprawl they can complete in 10 minutes. Proceeds from these sprawls and shirt sales will go towards Warang McManus, sister of FD wrestlers Sean and Liam, who has been preparing for a bone marrow transplant.
Warang will begin her bone marrow transplant starting tomorrow, and we're really thankful as a family that the team has come together to show their familial support for not only our daughter, but most importantly for my sons, as they support them in this journey. And we're also very thankful that it went out, and we have a participation of JFK here, and it's really touching for our heart that we have these young men who's willing to spend their Sunday afternoon here for a cure and to help us as a family on this journey with our daughter with her leukemia.
In bowling news, when it finally came to the championship round Sunday afternoon at Central Lanes, there wasn't a man standing. Instead, 2 women senior bowlers preparing for a March Friendship International Tournament in Taipei managed to outbowl their male counterparts to make the January Senior Bowl of the Month title game an all-female affair. In the end, it was second seed Thelma Areola who used 3 strikes in the 7th, 8th, and 9th frame to power past 4th seed Liz Longus 239 to 209 with handicap to capture the 2016 January Senior Bowling title. It was Areola's first title and best finish in this tournament. Super Bowl 50 is just a week away, and the Carolina Panthers had fans lined up to cheer them on as they make their way to the big game. The Panthers were seen leaving the stadium and boarding buses. Cam Newton here with his headphones on, making his way towards the bus. Carolina is favored by Vegas in the Super Bowl with Cam Newton under center. Newton was ranked 5th in the postseason with 496 passing yards and a QBR of 113.4. As the Panthers make their way to the West Coast, the Denver Broncos arrived in town. Peyton Manning ranked 8th in the postseason with 398 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. Manning will have that Broncos D behind him, as many say this could be the Sheriff's last ride. Let's hear from some local fans on who they think will win Super Bowl 50.
Panthers are going to win Super Bowl this year because Cam Newton, it's his coming of age.
Broncos are going to win this year's Super Bowl because they have a good defense.
Broncos are going to win this year's Super Bowl because it's might be Peyton Manning's last year, and they're going to send them away with a win.
Broncos are going to win the Super Bowl because the Steelers didn't make it, so I'm going to pick another AFC team.
Panthers are going to win the Super Bowl because they have a good, strong offense and a good, strong defense, and Cam Newton is going to be giving them all those touchdowns.
Super Bowl 50, February 8th, right here on KUAM TV 11. Kickoff is scheduled for 9:30 in the morning, right here on the stations of KUAM. Well, that's going to do it for sports. We're back right after this.
This is iPhone 6s. Not much has changed, except it feels different. Now you press lightly to peek and deeper to pop. It changes how easily you can peek a flight, check a post, search for dinner. Ooh, you guys are gonna love that place. You can find a getaway easier. Yeah, go there. And find music easier. Wait, are you listening to your own song?
No, I was, hello?
So pretty much everything you do feels different. And that's what's changed.
These used cars are Nissan certified, and let me show you why I stand behind every used car that we sell. First, our certified technicians inspect every used car to make sure it's safe, reliable, and mechanically sound. Then any scratches and dings are given first-class treatment at our body shop. And after thorough detailing inside and out, the car is ready for sale. At a price that's always below Blue Book. That makes Nissan used cars your best buy.
Get ready. It's time to party, to rally, to run in paradise. 5K, 10K, half marathon, and full marathon. All the fun in one great run, in one great half-a-day experience. Register today.
While hundreds of homeless seek shelter every day, when memories fade like old photographs, and families struggle to care for loved ones with special needs, as young children are caught in the storm of abuse and neglect, we are there. For over 30 years, we have helped Guam's victims of life when there was nowhere else to turn. You can help too by giving $1 a month. God bless you.
Ruby Tuesday now gives you more for lunch. Endless trips to the Fresh Garden Bar, plus add-ons, mini combinations, and even new meal options. It's the new lunchtime menu, available Monday to Friday until 2 p.m., only at Ruby Tuesday.
Off day, everybody. Here's your weather forecast. Currently, skies outside our Harmon studios are partly cloudy. We have isolated showers. Low temperature for tonight, 77 degrees. The outlook for tomorrow, much of the same weather. And for the rest of the week, much of the same weather.
And that is technical weather analysis, everybody. Well, I'll tell you what, one thing that never changes here, kind of like the weather, is our enjoyment of reading the members of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club. So let's get this Monday started by welcoming into a very exclusive club, Brianna Flores, who turned 14 today. Your birthday wishes come from Papa George and Grandma Mary Flores and family Solo Malolo. Love that.
And happy 17th birthday going out to Nicolette Mesa. Love the familia.
Sabrina is wearing the biggest smile right now just reading these. I know you guys can't see it, but trust me on this. Dwayne Perez also has a birthday today. So Dwayne, hope you had a wonderful Monday.
Happy birthday going out to Tayani Navarro.
And remember, we do want to wish belated birthday messages. So if you have those, send them on in. And tonight we say belated happy birthday to Dar. May you have many more birthdays to come from your wife, Diane, from the Napatees, and from Familian Asuncion.
And happy birthday going out to Nevea San Nicolas. Love the family.
And also Joseph Patrick San Nicolas. Ginin y Familia, we love you, they say. Awesome.
You can be a part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club. All you got to do is go over to KUAM.com.
And you can be part of the experience that is Nestor Lecanto jumping in the KUAM Cruiser and going for a ride today with a very special guest on Cruising with KUAM.
That's right, the head of Guam Homeland Security.
That's right, General Johnny Lozama. That starts now.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E.
Presented by
Triple J Auto Group now offers customers the ability to get pre-approved instantly. Shop for the car of your dreams anytime, anywhere. Save time and apply online at carsguam.com.
Welcome to KUAM's Cruising, and our guest today is the Homeland Security Advisor for the Governor, Brigadier General Johnny Lozama. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, thanks for inviting me here.
So let's start off. Tell us a little bit about yourself. You were born and raised in Guam. Tell us about your...
I was born on Guam. I'm actually a Navy brat. My dad was in the Navy. He retired, but my older sister and myself were born on Guam. We left very young. We were raised mainly in San Diego, big Navy town. And then when my dad retired, we came back to Guam.
We have something in common. I am a Navy brat too.
Yes.
And every Navy brat has lived at one time or another in San Diego.
Interesting too, because sentimental value when they tore down Naval Hospital, I was born there. So myself and my sister.
So what was it like growing up as a Navy brat, going from different base to different base every couple of years, I guess?
Well, it's different because Navy at that time, and I'm assuming for yourself as well, minorities didn't really have all the opportunities.
Absolutely.
My dad's older brother, he was a cook in the Navy. My dad's younger brother was supply, and then my dad's youngest brother, he was a lab technician. So not a lot of opportunities during that time frame, but a lot of strong family values rooted from Guam that transpired with both my mother and my father. My dad's originally from the village of Sumai, and my mother is from the village of Jonia. But strong family values, and it's carried on since. And so here I am, fast forward 50 some odd years later. But had great opportunities traveling, mostly on the West Coast. Was part of that influx of Chamorros and the building up of the Sons and Daughters of Guam in San Diego. One time, my mom's brother, John Salas, who's passed since, was one of the forming presidents. So it was a strong community and very rooted in with roots from Guam. Since then, I returned back when I was in junior high school and ended up going to Aga Junior High in my 9th grade, and then been here since. Went to Aga Junior High, and then from there GW, and then from GW to Father Duenas. So I ended up graduating from Father Duenas in 1977.
How about your college?
College, I went to University of Guam, right out of Father Duenas, I was trying to apply for the service academies or whatever ROTC scholarship I could at the time. Opportunities weren't there just at the time, so I just kept pressing forward. I still stayed connected to the military. I actually joined the Coast Guard Reserve here on Guam right out of high school, went to basic training, came back, was going to UOG. The following summer, finished my technical school on the Coast Guard side, and I was a machinery technician at the same time while I was going to UOG. I was a management major at the time. Ended up finishing, and then right after that was dating my wife, and we wanted long-term goals to be together and establish a family. So I ended up joining the Air Force active duty. I joined as an enlisted in anticipation of possibly applying to become an officer. I passed the test, was waiting for opportunities, but it just didn't arise. As a couple years went by, just still kept motivated, but family issues came to light. My father was ill, so we chose at the time for myself, after 5 years of being in the Air Force, coming back and spending time with our two older kids with their grandparents. My father passed away since, but it had a keen opportunity for them to enjoy grandparents, and I would recommend that for anybody who's living in the States, that if they've not had an opportunity to have your kids spend time with your grandparents, please do that, because those are lost memories once they're gone.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it carried on since. But during that time, the active Air Force, I was stationed in Fort Walton Beach, Florida, at Eglin Air Force Base, and that's where my oldest son Keith was born. And then moved on to Beale Air Force Base in California, and that's where my daughter was born. Then came back to Guam, joined the Air National Guard soon after getting out of the active Air Force, and been in the Air National Guard for Guam since 1988.
I'm smiling because as a military brat myself, that's kind of the typical life. Each of your siblings were born at a different base around the world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So my two younger sons are born here in Guam. One born at GMH, the other one at Naval Hospital. But great opportunities. They still remain very connected to Guam. My oldest son works for the Department of the Army and is part of the Arizona Air National Guard, married with two children. Those are our two grandchildren. And then my daughter is in the Navy. She's been there ever since graduating from the Naval Academy. She's married, no children. Hope to have some soon. That's what my wife and I are anticipating. So she's been in for the last 5 years, and she's attending the Navy postgraduate school. So my second son is currently a brother with the Capuchins at the St. Fidelis Friary, studying to become a priest. He's finishing up his undergraduate degree, which he's focusing now on, which we just kind of came to light, is that of being a social worker. And then once he's done with his bachelor's, then he'll be on to hopefully finish up his master's in divinity and become a Capuchin priest.
That's fantastic.
Oh yes, that's probably one of our main core issues that we've done as a family. And then we have our youngest son, Rico. He's 16, currently a junior at Father Duenas, and the world is wide open for him, so we just keep on mentoring.
Still to come on Cruising with KUAM, we'll hear more about the Brigadier General's connection to the man upstairs and his ties to the military.
Presented by
Triple J Auto Group now offers customers the ability to get pre-approved instantly. Shop for the car of your dreams anytime, anywhere. Save time and apply online at carsguam.com.
Sunday barbecues are better when there's more than enough bandwidth to share. Sign up for GTA Fiber to the neighborhood today and enjoy faster internet on more devices. GTA, your island, your faster fiber network.
Over the years, Clementine saw a lot. She saw Mark grow up.
She saw him tempted, but she never felt threatened. Until Taco Bell introduced Crunchwrap sliders, and Clementine began to worry for her personal safety. But little did she know that under her own body was a weird rubber plug. 4 big, full-size flavors that won't break the bank. Crunchwrap sliders, including new spicy beefy nacho and sriracha chicken. Only at Taco Bell.
It's time for Shop Guam 2015. The Guam Visitors Bureau and more than 100 Shop Guam partners have teamed up to bring back the Shop Guam Festival, going on now until February 15th. This annual interactive shopping experience highlights Guam as a fun, fashionable, and diverse shopping destination, while giving our local community access to more than 200 deals and discounts, with new only on Guam and event features. Look for the Shop Guam logo at your favorite stores. Download the free Shop Guam mobile app and enjoy incredible discounts on shopping, dining, and entertainment.
Presented by
Triple J Auto Group now offers customers the ability to get pre-approved instantly. Shop for the car of your dreams anytime, anywhere. Save time and apply online at carsguam.com.
Part of our lives and what we do as a family is we stay pretty focused with the church. My wife and I both teach confirmation for Our Lady of Guadalupe in Santa Rita. We've been doing that for the last several years. We kind of got drafted into it by our parish priest. Because of the fact that my wife and I, very active previously, but our priest at the time wanted to have a married couple as role models for kids, and we've been doing that since. It's been a great experience.
That's not something you can say no to either, right?
Oh no, yeah, exactly. It's like, what do you say? You can't say no. He's already asking you, so that's almost like you have been ordered, and so you don't want to go against that. And you know, we saw that kind of calling.
It's an order from the big guy.
Oh, exactly. So we move forward with that. So that's probably the main taker of time for myself and my wife because of those activities. Growing up with our kids, you know, had the opportunity to coach soccer for my 2 older kids with the Windward Hills Wolverines, and then on with the Southern Cobras for my second son. So once they grow up, it's now, okay, so what other activities can we do and stay value added in the community? So we saw that, and just, you know, my wife is a teacher for about 30 years, and she's looking to retire this year.
Guam has such a strong connection with the military. Why do you think that's so?
That's a good question. What I think is where we're centered around for my father and my mother-in-law and father-in-law, they grew up around the Sumai area. They're from Sumai. So they saw the military, you know, growing up as young kids. And they saw how stable that was and how regimental they were and how disciplined they were. So that discipline kind of radiated throughout. So to have a good career, to at least establish yourself, the military was that. And it seemed at the time, unless you really wanted to, or you had the finances to be able to go to college in the States, that was about your only route. So going to college here on Guam and then finishing up and then joining the military, that was what, you know, we saw at the time with my wife. Dee and I, we were dating at UOG, and I said, okay, so if we're looking to get married, then I had to have a stable job. So it was either enter the apprenticeship over at SRF or PwC or join the military, and even after finishing UOG. So we said, oh, okay, let's try some travel and see. So joined the Air Force. It was fate, as you would have it, because our first duty station was Florida. After 2 years of being in Florida, guess what? They offer me an assignment to Guam and say, okay, here you are, 2 years in the Air Force, you're going to get assigned to Guam. Guess what I do? We sit down with my wife and we say, okay, do we want to go back to Guam? We were just there 2 years ago. And then, you know, our decision was we joined the military to travel. So, you know, we turned that back in and said, okay, we can always go to Guam. Guam will always be our home, but let's experience a little bit of travel. So lo and behold, we get stationed over at Beale Air Force Base. I changed jobs, but hey, it was worthwhile. Could actually say in my military time, I've had at least 8 different jobs. So coming into the military initially as a coastie, I was a machinery technician. Then first joining the Air Force, I was an interior electrician, and then retrained into becoming a manpower specialist. had the opportunity to go to college at the time for graduate school, and then went on and retrained and joined the Air National Guard into the services arena. And then they offered me an opportunity to get commissioned. Got commissioned. One of my prayers were answered. I said, now I'm going to become an officer. That was always an aspiration of my father, knowing that I wanted to join the military to try and become an officer. And so if the opportunity presents itself, then, try to, take advantage of every opportunity.
All his years of experience only prepared him for his new job as Guam Homeland Security Advisor. We'll have more on his new mission when Cruising with KUAM continues.
Presented by
Triple J Auto Group now offers customers the ability to get pre-approved instantly. Shop for the car of your dreams anytime, anywhere. Save time and apply online at carsguam.com.
A beautiful, healthy smile is an expression of confidence. The more confident you are about your smile, the more likely you are to fully express your feelings without having to worry about the way your teeth look.
Before cosmetic dentistry, I didn't smile as much. I didn't have the confidence, and it shows. And since I've had cosmetic dentistry done, I feel 10 times more confident. I make my initial introduction with a nice big smile and a handshake, and I just feel like it really is a relationship builder, a nice warm smile, and it makes the clients and customers feel more comfortable with you, feeling confident, and they feel that you're not just there for business, that you're also there kind of as a friend as well. So I mean, it's amazing how powerful a smile can be. A good smile.
Since your smile makes a significant impression on those around you, it is important that it makes the impression you want it to make.
Introducing Pizza Hut's first $7.99 flavor menu. Just $7.99 each when you order 2 or more. Say yes to a medium one-topping pizza. Yes to Wing Street Wings. Yes to a Hershey's cookie. And much more. It's easy to say yes to our first ever $7.99 flavor menu. Only at Pizza Hut.
Presented by
Triple J Auto Group now offers customers the ability to get pre-approved instantly. Shop for the car of your dreams anytime, anywhere. Save time and apply online at carsguam.com.
Let's talk a little bit about your current job. You are the governor's Homeland Security Advisor. What are your primary responsibilities?
Well, I'm the advisor for the governor with regards to anything for the safety and security of Guam, most especially that of any terroristic acts. So learning from that under Department of Homeland Security, which is the federal entity of what I do, is being the governor's point man for anything dealing with any kind of threats, whether it be foreign or whether it be local, that would terrorist threats that would be there to try and harm Guam. So I sit as his advisor. I also sit as his DoD liaison for Guam. So any visiting DoD dignitaries, I sit with the governor, and we help map out the future of Guam for how the military is going to be laid out. I have counterparts throughout the nation, so each state and territory has a Homeland Security advisor, and that advisor is appointed by their particular governor. Just this weekend, I'm leaving for DC, and that's where all our Homeland Security advisors are all going to meet for our winter conference, and I get to meet some of the counterparts for Guam and for the rest of the nation. So I'm honored. If you were to ask me a year ago if I was going to be doing this job, never would I have thought that I would be sitting here. Never would I have thought that I'd be sitting in senior staff meetings with the governor, lieutenant governor, and all his key staff and cabinet, and advising him on safety and security of Guam. But I'm honored and humbled to accept the job, and want to be value added to the people of Guam. So this is how I see I'm able to do that.
What are the key issues facing Guam when it comes to Homeland Security and terroristic threats?
The key issues right now is, our geographic location. We are the tip of the spear. We are the tip of the spear, and if somebody tells you not, then they are sadly mistaken, and they need to come to Guam. We've been visited by a number of generals and admirals and other dignitaries throughout DOD, and even from foreign governments, and they see exactly where we're situated. We're the furthest most U.S. territory in the United States. And in the eyes of the military, we're already forward deployed. So everything that's going to happen in this region, in this area, is going to happen through Guam. So we're that front line. So we have to consider that and make sure that we stay ready in whatever form or fashion. Most especially for us as I'm a guardsman, an air guardsman. So making sure our National Guard is ready for that mission and for that challenge. And I believe we are. I believe we've matured over the years, and we are a outstanding organization, world-class organization, ready to take on any mission. And we've proven that by past deployments and current deployments. Right now, we have 70 airmen that are out in the AOR, and those are Red Horse engineers, and they're doing missions that all the other engineers in the U.S. military are doing, and they're doing a great job at it. They come back with that experience, and they become value-added to Guam. So what I ask every airman that comes back, every guardsman that comes back, is sit down and talk to the people of Guam and tell your story, because every guardsman that serves today is connected to the community, and that's probably one of the rarest things, is that you can probably have brothers, sisters, uncles, aunties, mothers, fathers, or friends that are in the Guard, and they can tell you about their experiences, because within the last 15, 20 years, they've had quite a few experiences.
So the world obviously changed quite a bit after the September 11th attacks. Homeland security became one of the big issues.
Yes.
How do you see that being resolved, or is this just the new normal?
I think it's the new normal. It's actually raising the awareness of every citizen in the United States, most especially being that entity at the local level, as far as Guam Homeland Security Office of Civil Defense. It's not taking it for granted. It's understanding where we are and how we need to be ready for whatever may happen here on Guam. Prior to 9/11, we kind of took it for granted, and then here we are. Our homeland gets invaded. There are other things that are happening throughout, so we have to be on our toes and not necessarily take it for granted that it's all going to be taken care of, and nobody would dare attack the United States on the homeland. Nobody would dare attack Guam, but we have to be ready, because we would be sadly mistaken to think that they would not attempt to do that. So we take our precautions, but it doesn't necessarily mean we be overly cautious. We build up walls and we forbid anybody to come in. We invite visitors. We just need to make sure that they're vetted in the right way. We have agreements with other nations as far as our visas and those tourists that come to Guam. That's a great thing. That's outstanding. It's just a matter of making sure that if somebody is slipping through the bad side, countries that are not so friendly to us, that we vet these visitors in a proper way, so that way they know that they're coming here for the right purpose, coming here to be tourists, not necessarily to be spies.
I know that one of the major functions of Homeland Security is intelligence. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yes, actually, that's one of the main missions for Guam Homeland Security. Is we have the Marianas Regional Fusion Center. The Fusion Center is consisting of representatives from all the law enforcement entities here on Guam. What we do is we get these. We sign an agreement with each and every director, and it's overseen by the governor, lieutenant governor, that they will be trained as intel analysts. So Department of Homeland Security, the federal side, provides training for our law enforcement personnel and any other advisors within our fusion center. We train them up and they become intelligence analysts. So they're able to help at the local level to be able to use their law enforcement experience as well as their networking amongst the various entities on Guam. So they help, and they help both Department of Homeland Security and also interact in some form or fashion with our DoD entities. But they're our resource here on Guam to help us in times where we think there may be imminent threats or something actually happens and we need to do a background analysis. They do that as well. And for example, like we have the upcoming FESPAC in May. Well, we have part of one of the committees in FESPAC is that of safety and security, and part of one of the sections in safety and security is that of our fusion center. We are going to have foreign visitors, and we're just making sure that we're vetting them in the proper fashion, and everybody knows exactly what their purpose is, coming to Guam for. So, and they'll continue to do this. We get support and continual training from Department of Homeland Security. We do exercises with DoD. We do exercises with our regional partners from other fusion centers from, for example, Hawaii, California, Alaska, and go through various scenarios that help sharpen their skills so they're very much aware of what's going on within the region, within their state, or within their territory. And so, they stay sharp and they're on point as far as what's going on day to day.
Still to come on Cruising with KUAM, we'll hear more from the Guam Homeland Security Advisor on his thoughts about the recent rash of bomb scares at local schools.
Presented by
Triple J Auto Group now offers customers the ability to get pre-approved instantly. Shop for the car of your dreams anytime, anywhere. Save time and apply online at carsguam.com.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Dancing, it's a form of art, vibrant, moving, evolving. With every move, every step, every rhythm, behind every dance is a story of who I am, who we were, and who we are as a community. As Pacific Islanders at the 2016 Festival of the Pacific Arts,
I will share my story.
When you come to Chuck E. Cheese's, you can see what's new.
New fun! New games! New cousins!
What's new?
New awesomeness!
Where a kid can't be a kid.
New year, new ride. It's Cars Plus New Year's sales event. For a limited time only, make no payments for 90 days. That's right, no payment for 90 days. The spacious award-winning Hyundai Santa Fe saved $4,000. The redesigned Hyundai Tucson saved $4,000. The luxurious Genesis by Hyundai saved $7,500. Now's the time to buy from Cars Plus during our New Year sales event. And if we mention no payment for 90 days, get to Cars Plus and Mighty today before your favorite Hyundai is sold. Pre-apply at carsplusguam.com. Cars Plus, driven by you.
Presented by
Triple J Auto Group now offers customers the ability to get pre-approved instantly. Shop for the car of your dreams anytime, anywhere. Save time and apply online at carsguam.com.
One of the things that has come up of late that has been very, I guess, a disruption to the public is in some ways a homeland security issue, and that is all of these repeated daily bomb scares that are being called in.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on that?
Well, we were able to work together with the Department of Education, with our fusion center, to be able to come up with controlled measures to be able to help analyze exactly what's going on at that particular school. There's various levels of threats that you look at to see if whether it's a viable threat. You have low, medium, and high, and they're able to sit down with the administrators to say, okay, let's take a look at this. And is it really, there's certain checklist items that they look at. Can't reveal exactly what that is, because if we were to do that, then somebody who means harm or means to disrupt will just go off the checklist and say, okay, let's go check this off because we know that that's on the high threat list area. So we'll go ahead and make that one of the issues. So we keep that for official use only between ourselves, law enforcement, our first responders, and then our school administrators. But it looks like to be value added. Probably the biggest push that we'll go do after this is just more of an awareness, maybe coming out with DYA and our school, our SROs to the schools and say, okay, understand what you're doing when you do this. It may be, don't consider it a fad because you're involving quite a few first responders and they take their job very seriously. So it's not something to be taken lightly. So understand that, if you're copycat, if you're thinking that this is a faddish thing, and we want to be we want to be part of the group as well. So it didn't happen to our school, so let's do it to our school now. But that's not the right attitude to take. You have to look at we have a limited amount of resource. And you don't want to wear out that resource. You want to make sure that resource is ready when it really has a viable threat that they need to respond to. And at the beginning, before we came up with the random access, random security measures, we were responding full bore. So now we're able to scale it up or scale it down depending on what exactly is going on in that particular school. But I feel for the students, and the majority of them, they want to go to school and they want to learn. It's just a small percentage that create this. And with that, that percentage, that we'll take care of and we'll address. We'll have our law enforcement personnel and DYA come in. Okay, if you don't want to go to school, this is all you want to do, then let's move you to a different area, because we have a number of kids who don't care to sit out in the sun while they should be actually in the classroom learning. And those of you, most especially, who are going to be graduating soon, they want to move on to where they're their next step, their career, whether it be college or whether it be working in the workforce locally. They have goals and ambitions. So why offset that with trivial things such as doing a bomb scare? That just totally disrupts the entire process of learning. And so we want to make sure that the kids are actually having their opportunity to learn.
Yeah, not to mention the cost of this in terms of manpower and equipment used. It's quite substantial. Actually.
Oh, exactly. And exposing our first responders like this, I granted that we should always be ready to go at any particular time, but you don't want to exhaust that resource. Bomb dogs that we have, they're very expensive. They go through a lot of training to be certified, and they go to continual training to be certified. So, you don't want to burn out that resource, and then when it comes to the real bomb that we have to respond to, or the bomb threat that we have to respond to, that's actually a viable threat, then, we'll be ready, and we'll take care of it, and we'll do what we need to do to make it safe for Guam, make it safe for our kids in schools, and give assurance to the parents that we are taking every step and every measure it is to keep your kids safe and to keep our community safe.
All right, thank you very much. This is a great conversation with Brigadier General Johnny Lazam, the Governor's Homeland Security Advisor. Thank you, sir, for joining us for cruising.
No problem. My pleasure. It's an honor to serve, and I'm humbled to be here.
Presented by
Triple J Auto Group now offers customers the ability to get pre-approved instantly. Shop for the car of your dreams anytime, anywhere. Save time and apply online at carsguam.com.